Our defense has been good in this tournament all the way. It's been obviously the key for us. We wanted to get to their shooters, and we did a great job of that. They made 2 bank shots, threes, and we're still able to persevere. This team perseveres through no matter what happens. At the end of the first half, that's an impossible shot. Then they bank one. The second half, I think they start out with three or four threes in a row almost in the second half. And these guys just keep going. They keep battling. Frank fouls out. Doesn't faze them. They just keep going. And Tyus, he made the plays. With Frank out, he's going to have the ball, and we're going to go with what he can do. And he made all the big plays in the second half. Frank made some before he fouled out. But, yeah, it was a great effort. I'm really, it is very tough to play 3 games in 5 days at this level against the physicality. We knew they were going to get us on the boards. They really got us on the boards. But these guys just battled the whole game. I'm very proud of them.
Okay, as I said, we'll open the floor to questions for the players, please. Right here.
You guys kind of counteract that. I know they beat you on the boards, but you still didn't keep them. You kept them from scoring inside.
Yeah, I think either way we still had a little size advantage on the perimeter. With me, Tyus, and O'Shea and Miles are probably the same size, but I think we just battled. We just kept battling. We knew they were gonna punch it inside a lot, and I think in some instances that kind of helped us a little bit. But it's just a fight, man. I think we just fought down the stretch, and we came up when we needed to.
Over here.
Jason Garland, 10 Sports. Tyus, going 8 for 8 in the second half of free throws. How were you able to keep your composure, not in front of a very heavy Michigan State crowd, but in such a big game?
I usually don't worry about the crowds and stuff like that. We play in front of big crowds all the time, all throughout the year, so the crowds today didn't bother me at all.
Down in front here.
Tomer Langer, Daily Orange. Frank, all year one of your strengths has been kind of rebounding from that guard spot and coming back down. How do you try and balance that when you're getting beat on the boards down low, but they're calling those fouls on you a few times in a row throughout the game?
Yeah, it's hard. Try to stick my nose in there a few times. Grab a few. Calls didn't go my way, but the guys picked me up. The bigs, they fought hard. Braden came in, stuck his nose in there, got a big rebound. So kudos to my teammates. They picked me up. A few of those, I think it went our way, but it didn't. So we came out doing.
In the back.
John Gupta, applying for Sports Illustrated for Kids. Yesterday, you guys had a lot of confidence. Coming into this game, you kept fighting. Can you tell me about that?
We every time we step on the floor, we don't care who's on the floor with us. We're expecting to win the game. So we have supreme confidence. I have supreme confidence in my teammates. Everyone steps up. Braden came in, hasn't played much the entire year, stepped up and played some great defense. And it's just the heart of this team. It's amazing. It's amazing.
In the back.
Raymond Rolak, Detroit. Tyus, talk about how much coach stresses defense, because it was all D tonight.
For us, it's defense every night. We know we're a defensive-minded team, and we're only going to win games as long as our defense is moving. And we're moving, we're talking, and just making it tough on the opposing team to get up threes and stuff like that.
Evan Meyer, Mac Report Online. Frank, I believe you're the only player on this team that went 2 years ago to the Final Four before losing to North Carolina. Has the rest of the team drew on your experience of being there through these 3 games against Arizona State, TCU, and now Michigan State?
Off the court, I try to let them experience it themselves. It's a special time of the year. It's what we all come to college for. So, I try to let the young guys get their own experience. But, on the court, I just try to lead as much as I can. I'm a little hoarse right now, but, try to lead with my voice, lead by example. And, the guys are doing a great job following up and, taking initiative themselves. So, we got a lot of fighters, you know, and a lot of talent. So, you know, with that combination, I think, you know, we can come up with some wins.
For either Frank or Tyus, Jeff Lesson with Entercom. After Miles Bridges hit that thunderous dunk, MSU seemed to be threatening to pull away at that point. Crowd's really into it. What changed for you guys after that totally changed the complexion of the game?
To be honest, nothing. I think Coach always stresses oh, I'm not giving him that one. But yeah, the timeout, you know, Coach always stresses next play. So, you know, whatever happens on one end, we try to go down on the next end and try to get something good or, you know, hit a timeout, get ourselves together. But, you know, Coach has been stressing poise all year. So that's what we try to do, just stay poised.
In the back?
This question is for Tyus or Frank. It's obviously been a tough day for you, a tough week for you guys, winning 3 games in 5 days. Just kind of put into perspective what this win means to either one of you.
It means a lot for us. I mean, we've just been fighting the entire year, and we're constantly trying to prove ourselves in this tournament. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job with that so far. They're a very good Michigan State team, well coached, very good players. And to come out here and it's practically a home court advantage and come out with a win is pretty impressive.
Chris Carlson from Syracuse.com. Frank, Jim mentioned yesterday that you couldn't take just 1 or 2 guys away from Michigan State. You had to take away everybody. Was there any particular focus on defense that led you guys to the job you did?
We just wanted to try to keep the ball out of the high post and, you know, keep the ball out the paint. You know, they did a great job of finding open spots and, you know, having guys in and out. But I think our activity level and, you know, our length up top is, you know, it's tough for people. So, you know, when we can, you know, be big and clog those passing lanes, I think, you know, we can be successful.
We'll take one last question for the players if there is one. Okay, we'll release them back to their locker room. Gentlemen, congratulations. Good luck going forward. We'll now open the floor to questions for Coach.
Coach Boeheim, Jeff Lesson with Entercom. Overall game plan heading into this. We know you're a great defensive-oriented team. Were there any 1, 2, or 3 players you specifically designed
we
your
didn't
game
want
plan for?
Nairn, or we didn't want Langford and McQuaid to shoot the ball. We tried to get on them. When you get on a guy from the beginning, when they do finally get a shot later, then they're not ready. So I thought we did a good job of getting on them. I've never won a game when a team made bank 2 threes against us. You know, it would have been bad to be sitting up here if we lost by 1 and say we lost because we were unlucky. The first bank was the hardest and luckiest bank I've ever seen in my life. Second one was just a bank. But, you know, they made 8 for 37, and they banked 2 shots from the 3. So we did a good job covering those 2 guys. We try to keep it out of the high. It's hard to keep it out of the high post. We tried. They didn't. We know that people go there, and we react to that, to the shooters, so they can't get it out. We try to force that guy to do something there, and a couple guys they had in there were trying to throw it out when it wasn't open. I think it really helped that Jackson didn't have a good game. I was most concerned about him in there because he can make the play and score. And when guys miss a couple foul line jump shots, everybody thinks that's where you should go, and that's the shot. It's a hard shot. There aren't that many guys that turn and make that shot. In my 42 years, teams in that high post are shooting 22%. No, I don't. But they don't shoot well there. But you know, I was really concerned about him. We were concerned about the boards. You know, they're physical, they're strong, they've got guys running at it. We've got to somehow find a way to sneak some out, and the game would have been lost on the boards if it came down to that. They got second chance points in the paint there, 21 That's a lot. But we kept them off their spots, and our problem was at the halftime was offense. That was our problem. Should have been tied at the half, and we did nothing on offense. Tyus had 1 point. Frank had a couple. They've struggled the last 2 games, and we were able to win. I told them at halftime, we can't win without you 2 guys. You've got to go. And Tyus, you've got to go. And Frank made a couple really tough shots when they were in those runs there. And then Tyus started well, and then he finished. You know, we try to go to him at the end of the game with the lead. I thought he was going to make the 3, but then he makes the pull-up to give us separation. And so we couldn't hang on the ball down there twice. You know, we just turned. They had to foul. We just had to hang on to the ball. So we made the end of the game more interesting. We're always going to foul in those situations, and you know, it's always worked for us. I've seen too many games where a guy throws in a 3 and you go into overtime. So players, they deserve a lot of credit. Michigan State's a really, really good team. I think one thing that happens, it happened one year to us, the home court is a great thing, the advantage, but when you're in a close game at the end, you feel like, you know, we're home, we need to win this game. You start to feel that a little bit. And the last couple jump shots they threw up weren't they were in the ballpark. And Bridges is a great player, but we wanted to make him shoot on the outside.
Applying for Sports Illustrated.
Hold on. I've got some people on deadline up here, so let me.
Coach Ryan Schuling, the Team 92.1 FM in Lansing. You mentioned the 5 days, the 3 games in them, depth being a concern against a team like Michigan State. How do you come into this 3rd and final game with rotations and minutes?
Depths don't, well, we don't have rotations in minutes. It's easy to coach. I don't put anybody in. So, you know, it's not like I'm thinking over there, I got to get this guy in or I got to get that guy in. I just worry about our offense and our defense. You know, we make desperation subbing. When Pascal gets in foul trouble, Barama goes in. When one of our forwards gets in trouble, Matt goes in. The guards don't come out. I get mad at them. I'm upset with them, but they're not coming out. But we're pretty resilient. We're in good condition. You know, everybody says pick up the pace, run. You can't run. If you run, we're gonna beat you bad, because we're gonna get back and get set. You're running, and taking a quick shot. That's gonna help us. You know, you play against a team that gets their defense set. They made 2 or 3 shots at the end of the shot clock. You know, shots we want. The first shot of the second half, we wanted to take that shot. He's 6 feet out, shot clock's going, and he makes it. And then they bank one. These guys just keep playing. They don't worry about that. They just don't worry about that. They just keep playing, and we want to control it. We would like to run, but we don't ever get a rebound really to run off of. I think we got 1 fast break, and I think we might have scored. I'm not even sure now, but you know, we're not getting fast breaks. You know, it's just not. And we can't exert energy running up and down the court. We need to save our energy. And in the half-court set, our guards work pretty hard. Our other guys are not doing a lot. They're setting screens and rolling. They're not doing a lot. But, you know, O'Shea's been really good in this tournament. He's just a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman. He makes big plays. He's going against a great defensive player. He made great plays. You know, our guards have not played well on offense, and we need them moving forward. We've got to get them to play better offensively. You know, there's some teams you can't stop, and you get in those situations in this tournament where you have to score. And today we got away with it, but that won't happen again.
We're running into a bit of a time crunch here, so we'll take this final question up front, and then the locker room will still be open.
Why is it so short here?
Jim, how did things change offensively when
we win? I don't mind talking.
Sure, you're in a good mood.
No, really.
Jim, when Frank fouls out, how do things change? You have to simplify the offense
Yeah,
a bit,
we just gave the ball to Tyus and opened it up. That's it.
So just Tyus
That's
going?
it.
Okay.
It doesn't really change. It really doesn't hurt our offense. For a short period of time, it might help our offense. He's our best player. He's got the ball. So it hurts us on the defensive end a little bit. But Braden's a tough kid. He did a good job out there. He was really good. I liked what he did.
All right, folks, thank you very much.